Well, Emily Morris joins us now to tell us a bit more. She's a research associate at University College London's Institute of the Americas. Emily, great to have you with us. Now, since you're joining us from Havana, tell us how daily life there at the moment is for Cubans, and how are you dealing with the lack of water, the lack of electricity? Is there any sense of normalcy in going about day-to-day activities?
Well, yes, there is. In some parts, the transport system is obviously much deteriorated. People are suffering long power outages. It's quite exhausting just doing the daily things. But people are going to work still, and at the moment they can just about cope. It's just really very exhausting. And obviously, for those people who are most vulnerable, people who aren't mobile, people who are ill, people who have very little money, this is really quite catastrophic. And so that the humanitarian issue, the humanitarian damage is being done to the most vulnerable. The government is trying to reach those who are most vulnerable. They're rationing the electricity. That's why there are so many power outages, because they're trying to save the electricity for the most urgent things. So, for example, they're trying to keep the supply of electricity going to hospitals, and to keep the very limited supply of oil now to the urgent uses, such as ambulances and so on. But it's really overstretched and very hard. There are some people who can manage okay. If you've got an electric car and you've got photovoltaic panels and you've got batteries, you can still go about your business. And so some people are going about their business, and it's not such a problem. But it's very much a divided picture, and the bulk of the population is suffering terribly. Both materially and in terms of their daily life, but also in terms of, the shattering of dreams. Because so many things are being cancelled, so many projects are being postponed. And so particularly for young people, it's very hard, psychologically to deal with this.
I'm sure. Emily, we seem to have a slight delay between us due to the connection, so we'll take it slow. But you imagine the bulk of the population suffering there. I wonder if you can hear me. But I was asking, beyond the capital, the situation differs a bit, doesn't it? Outside the capital, Havana, it's even more difficult for residents to get access to water, electricity, or essential goods.
Absolutely. The power outages are longer outside Havana. And of course, people are more isolated, because if you don't have fuel, you can't get anywhere. That's a really big problem. I don't know if I've still got a connection because it's gone blank here, but I could. So in a way, it's very counterproductive in a way, because, what you're doing is, causing a further deterioration in the Cuban economy, further deterioration in infrastructure. And to what end? Because I think that there's a kind of delusion on the part of people trying to starve Cuba out, that this is going to cause some kind of surrender on the part of the US, on the part of the Cuban government. But there's no sign of that. People are, really frustrated, really exhausted, but to no particular purpose, as far as I can see.
All right, Emily, we're going to leave it there due to the connection, but thank you so much for your time today.